Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video. Today we're talking about the NEEWER LED fill light, which I bought a few weeks ago and tried and tested before making this review because I wanted to be sure. And I have to tell you, this is very interesting, and I'm your uncle. If you're not familiar with NEEWER, it is a company that makes all kinds of photography accessories. They are also not very expensive and they work quite well. I have a few tripods that I used to use for my studio lights. Now the ones that I'm using now are from a different brand, but the NEEWER ones are still with me and I use them for 2 or 3 years with great pleasure. And since I mentioned my studio light, the ones that I use for photography projects, they're huge, they're gigantic and very bright, as you can see. But what I needed was a fill light. Now, what's a fill light? A fill light is nothing more than a source of light that helps you fill the darker areas of the subject that you're taking a picture of to soften the contrast, especially in the case of portraits. But with video, when you need a constant source of light, a speed light, a classic flash, is not what you're looking for. So I started to look around and I found this one, the NEEWER 176 LED fill light, which is simply, as you can see, a panel full of LEDs, very bright LEDs, that give you a constant source of light. In this case in particular, what I needed was something very small and portable, because you see it like this now, but you won't see it anymore because in the future I will probably attach it to the hot shoe on my DSLR, which is the camera that I'm using right now. 15 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 4 centimeters. And of course, here in the front you can see the 176 LEDs, which are dimmable. And that can be done through this dial back here, which is also the on-off button. There's a slot here, and this is for the batteries, which are not included in this package. And of course here, the connector for the power supply, which is not included as well. And here on the bottom, of course, you have the possibility to attach it to a tripod or a mini tripod. I will show it to you in a second because we will test it with my Manfrotto Pixie, which is a fantastic little mini tripod. The color temperature of these LEDs is basically daylight, 5600 degrees Kelvin. On other models, on different models, you can even change the light temperature, the color temperature. On this one is just this 5600. And they state 1300 lumens for these LEDs. That's something that I cannot measure, but it's very, very bright. And I'll show it to you in a second. Since I work in a studio most of the time, I don't need the battery packs. So I will just use a regular power supply, this one that I already had in the drawer. And it works great. This is a 12 volt, 3 ampere. It's a regular power supply and it works like a charm. As I said, I work in a studio, so I don't need that option. When connected to the power supply, the fill light will blink 3 times to tell you that it's on. Here it is, I hope you can see that. And to turn it on, all you have to do is press and hold the dial. It always starts at 50%, so right in the middle. And this is the, I hope I'm not going to blind you. Oh, I am blinding you. Anyway, this is the LED panel lit. And to dim it, all you have to do, of course, is turn the dial all the way to the left and you're at 10% of the full power. And then when you start turning to the right, it goes up and up and up until it gets to 99%, which is really, really bright. Trust me. To turn it off, again, press and hold, and it's off. If you're making videos, something cool to have is a mini tripod. Here I have the Manfrotto Pixie, which is cute as hell. And I'll show you how it looks because this is great, especially if you're making previews. As you can see, look, this is great. Now, of course, this is just to show you how cute this little setup is. I will probably use it sometimes on this tripod, but most of the time this fill light will be on my DSLR through the hot shoe connector on the camera. The fill light comes with one accessory actually, but 3. This is the most important one. An adapter for the hot shoe of your DSLR but this head only tilts back and forward, like this. Still very good if you want to use it on a DSLR, as I will. The other two accessories are these two screens. An orange one and a transparent one. What are they for? Well, if you slide the transparent one on the LED panel here, you can see that it softens just a little the light. It's not a diffuser, although they say this is a diffuser, but trust me, you will need probably a softbox or something like that to achieve proper diffusion. But it's a diffuser. The other one will change the color temperature to, they say, 3200 degrees Kelvin. Anyway, it's warmer. This is a cool option. I won't use it, but it's a cool option. And if you like it, of course, it's there. You can see the difference here. See? Now keep in mind that the batteries are not included, the charger is not included, the power supply is not included. All you're buying is this and the accessory to attach it to the hot shoe on your DSLR and a couple of filters. The cool thing is that you can use a power supply. It makes it perfect if you're working in a studio and you don't need the light to be portable at all times. You just set it up. Maybe the cord could be a little short, so you will need an extension cord. But in general, since I'm always working in a studio, this is perfect for me. Now, how much did I pay for it? This is the good part, because it only costs $25, 25 euros, somewhere around there. There's a very good price for something that works so well. I've been using it to shoot 3 different videos that I'll show you in the next days. It's really a good product. I'm quite surprised. So if you're into videos or photography and you need a constant source of light, a fill light that is both cheap but well made and very easy to carry and use, the NEEWER LED fill light could be a very good option. So give it a shot if you can. Of course, let me know if you have it, what you think of it. If you have any questions, let me know what you think of the video. Thank you for watching. I'm your uncle.